Hello and welcome to Equality Charter School's open house presentation. We are a 6 through 12 charter school in the Bronx. We have a 6 through 8 program and a 9 through 12 program, and we'll be walking you through both of those programs today. So to start, my name is Caitlin Franco. I'm the founder and executive director. I have been with Equality since we opened in 2009, so it's been 11 years. And I oversee both our middle school and high school, and soon we will have an elementary school as well in the Bronx, and so I will oversee all of our K through 12 operations. I will now turn it over to Ms. Huza to introduce herself.
Thank you, Ms. Franco. My name is Amanda Huza, and I am currently the middle school principal, and I'm really excited to be moving down with our elementary school. At our school, we pride ourselves in being able to educate the whole child and ensure that when your child is with us, they have the opportunity to grow both academically, social, emotionally, and behaviorally. I'll turn it over now to Ms. Myers, one of our middle school assistant principals.
Thank you, Ms. Huza. Welcome, everybody. I am Ms. Myers. I am one of the assistant principals at the middle school. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Edward.
Hi, everyone. My name is Anil Edward. I am one of the assistant principal at our middle school, and I'll turn it over to Mr. Philamy.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Farival Philamy. I am currently the high school principal. I joined Equality in 2010, and during the last 11 years, it's been my pleasure to help accompany our students on their journey to their post-secondary lives, and we look forward to the opportunity of doing the same for your children. I'll turn it over now to Mr. Johnson, who is our head of culture.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Gene Johnson. I'm the head of school culture over at the high school. I look forward to welcoming your child in September and helping them as they embark on that high school journey, and look forward to their decisions for their post-secondary experience. And I will turn it over to Tracy Black, our Director of Operations.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tracy Black. I'm the Director of Operations and Facilities. I've been with Equality for 11 years, and this is my favorite time of the year, lottery time. So let's get started with our open house. I'm going to pass it back to our founder and executive director, Ms. Caitlin Franco.
Hello, so this slide shares a little bit about our scholars. So we have a very diverse scholar population, and it's something we really pride ourselves on. If you look at the middle graphic, you can see that Equality, we roughly serve on average every year about 25% of our population are students with disabilities, and about 8% are English language learners. So if you have a scholar that has an IEP or has English language needs, we are here to help and support. We have a really dynamic program that you'll hear about as we go through the presentation, but we want you to know that all scholars are welcome and encouraged to apply, and we look forward to serving whoever comes through our doors. So Ms. Huza is now going to walk you through. She is currently our middle school principal, and she's going to walk you through some more information about our middle school program.
Thank you. So our middle school is co-located on the PS 160X campus in Co-op City. Our middle school is housed primarily on our 3rd floor, and we enjoy access to the entire building, including cafeteria spaces, gym, outdoor playgrounds, and our auditorium. All 3 of our schools work together to host events and ensure safety. I pride myself on the fact that we work in one of the safest buildings in the Bronx because of the collaboration between ourselves as well as PS 160 and PS 168. Our middle school values are grounded in achievement and progress, which spans our organization, cooperation, respect, and responsibility, which we really focus on with our middle school scholars, making sure that they develop these values, and not only are they seen by our scholars, but they're also modeled by our staff. Our instructional program includes a double period of humanities, which encompasses ELA as well as social studies, a double period of math, and a period of science. Our elective offerings include physical education and health, art, advisory, dean's time. We're also looking forward to next year bringing on a computer science elective. And this year we did a lot of work with our ELA curriculum in order to ensure that it was more inclusive and diverse. And so you see some of the texts that are featured within our grade level curriculum. I'm going to turn it over now to our assistant principal, Mr. Edward.
Hi again, everyone. So we do offer advanced courses at our middle school, and these courses are Living Environment and Algebra 1. They're offered to scholars who consistently show high academic achievement and strong work ethic. Each of these courses end in scholars sitting for the Regents exam, and they give the students an opportunity to earn 2 credits towards high school graduation. Over the years, we have had success with both of these programs with 90% plus pass rate in each of these classes. Next slide, please. Our special population includes students with disabilities and English language learners. We have a lottery preference for 25% of students with disabilities and 10% for ELLs. Our program to support these students includes Integrated Co-Teaching Service, or ICT, a Special Education Teacher Support Service, or SETS, and English to Speakers of Other Language Classes, or ESOL. We also have additional supports, which includes classes with reading and or a math specialist and specially trained teachers for struggling scholars, even for students without a disability. Next slide, please. We are also PBIS School, which is a positive behavior intervention and support system. This is a prevention-oriented way for school personnel to organize evidence-based practices and to maximize our academic and social behavior outcomes. Our incentive and reward includes PBIS points, dress down days or board games and books, award ceremonies, and movie trips. I'm now going to hand it over to Ms. Myers.
Hi again, everybody. Ms. Myers here. So we also have middle school athletics and some extracurricular activities that I want to tell you about. We cannot wait to get sports back up and running again soon, as long as we know that we can do it safely for your child, and we can't wait to get it going. So sports that we offer through a league is flag football. We also offer track and basketball. We have intramural sports, which are sports that can be not played in a league, but just played within our school. Some clinics and camps for basketball, volleyball, and soccer. Most of these sports are co-ed that we play, except for basketball. Basketball is a sport that they do break up between girls and boys. Additional extracurricular activities, we have Scholar Council, National Junior Honor Society, Peer Leadership, LIP, and MMCC after school program, which offers a variety of fun things for students to do after school, including homework support. Next slide, please. Lastly, we just want to quickly go over the middle school outcomes, which are these outcomes are focusing on individual growth and movement towards proficiency. Proficiency is shown by a level 2+, and this is data from our 8th grade students. What this shows overall is that we have consistently outperformed District 11 in ELA and math, and New York State also in ELA and math. If you have any questions about any of the slides that you've seen so far, please feel free to reach out to Ms. Huza, Mr. Edward, or myself.
Hello again, everyone. As I mentioned a little earlier, one of our goals at the high school is to ensure that we can put students in the best possible position to succeed in their post-secondary lives. So I will start by talking a little bit about who we are as a high school, specifically what's very different about middle school and high school for middle school students who are transitioning into high school. And then we'll talk about our academic program and the support services that we intentionally put in place to ensure that we can equip students with the skills needed to be successful as they leave us to go into their post-secondary life. So as you can see, for who we are as a high school, we are a comprehensive high school, but one of the things that distinguishes us from other schools is really helping students to discover what they're truly good at and what their real aptitudes are. And so many schools nowadays have a focus on college and career exploration. We have been really focused on this to ensure that when students leave us, equipped with the right academic foundation, they can pursue the right career for their future, and also understand exactly what they truly want to do with their lives and what they are truly good at. So that's one of the things that you can be sure that your children will accomplish going through our program at our high school. Next slide, please. So a little bit of information about the main differences between middle school and high school for students who are transitioning from 8th grade into the 9th grade. One of the things that you will find out very quickly is that students have more independence. I know it might feel a little scary, but that's exactly what's needed because when they actually go to college, students who are not as independent tend to struggle more as they make that transition. So we try to ensure that we can ramp that up in a thoughtful way to ensure that they are ready not only to succeed in high school, but also when they go to college. So expect that your child will have more independence. There are greater academic demands. You will find that there's more homework, and the homework consists of content that's more complex. And so at night, you should expect that your child is doing not only is spending a little bit more time on homework, but the subject matter also might be a little bit more challenging that they have been used to. And that's going to happen when they go to college as well. So that's something we have to make sure that we expose them to in a rational way, in a thoughtful way, so that we can put them in the best possible position to succeed as they move on in their academic career. And one of the biggest differences, which our guidance counseling team will definitely be in contact with you about, is the main difference about how students move on from grade to grade. Students earn credits and pass Readiness exams, which are two requirements for graduation, which are extremely important. Students don't automatically move from grade level to grade level by year. They have to earn a certain number of credits, and they need to be able to meet the requirements on certain Regents exams to be able to earn their high school diploma. So that's something we're not going to spend as much time on right now, because you will have our guidance team who will support you through that, and will also support your child through that process. Next slide, please. Spoke a little bit about the academics and the skills that we want our students to be able to acquire while they're in high school. There are some things we put in place intentionally to be able to do that. You will find that your child will be in a fully inclusive classroom. We have inclusive classrooms in every single subject. So expect that, and that might be a little different than what other high schools provide. Our class sizes are fairly small. The ratio of student to teacher is about 1 to 12 for the overwhelming majority of our classes. And your child will have the opportunity to be able to earn more credits per year than at most other high schools, which really would give them a lot of flexibility when they are in the 11th and 12th grade to be able to do other things. And we are intentional about providing academic support and enrichment opportunities as early as possible. And you will also find that we have a program that offers AP courses in many subjects: math, English, history, Spanish. Next slide, please. College and career readiness, as I mentioned earlier, that's something that we have an intense focus on. And these are some of the things that we put in place to ensure that our students are ready for the next steps in their academic career. We want them to explore what sort of schools are a good fit for them in terms of making a rational decision when they are applying for college. We want to ensure that for students who want to determine exactly what they want to do, there are internship opportunities, and we offer SAT prep, and as I mentioned before, AP courses, and our students also get to earn college credits in the 12th grade if they meet certain requirements by taking classes on a college campus, either during their 3rd or 4th year of high school. Next slide, please. And these are the ways that we support some of our special populations. For our students with disabilities, not only do they have access to ICT classes and a resource room or sets to provide them additional supports, but they also have someone who's dedicated to help monitor their progress and support them through that process. And we also have remediation classes for students who might need it. As far as our English language learners are concerned, we have an actual class for our students who with limited English proficiency, and there's also one person who's dedicated to support them throughout that process, and we provide them with a ton of resources to be able to help them with their academics. Next slide, please. With that said, I will turn this over to Mr. Johnson, who is our head of school culture. Mr. Johnson.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Fillamy. Like Ms. Huza mentioned earlier, we have core values that we have specifically for the high school, but achievement and progress is something that is deeply rooted throughout the entire organization. So that's one of the core values that we continue to follow at the high school. I like to say we graduate from our middle school core values because those are always a part of us as we remain a part of the equality family. But we like to focus on integrity, maturity, and professionalism. We like to tie our core values into every single thing that we do, from interactions with the scholars, from rewards, from different activities. We want to make sure that our scholars really embody these values as they continue on their academic journey. Next slide, please. One of our things that we like to focus on at the high school is our approach. Our approach to discipline is something we like to consider a restorative approach. We want to really make sure that we are educating the whole entire child, even when they have mishaps or mistakes. What that means is we like to really make sure that we have the much needed conversations to find out what is exactly going on, the root of any misunderstandings that we may have, so we can all come to a better understanding of how to move forward and how to learn from any interaction that we may have. We have a bunch of social support for all of our scholars. We have a social work team, as well as many people who are on the culture team who are designated to really making sure that we focus on the social and emotional well-being of your scholar. One of the things that we like to pride ourselves on our advisory at all grade levels. When you come to the high school, every single grade level has an advisory that is geared directly towards that specific grade level. So in the 9th grade, their advisory is going to look slightly different from what you're focusing on in the 12th grade. But we still like to make sure that it is well-rounded, deeply rooted to our core values, and making sure that we are addressing, again, the academic and social emotional growth while in advisory. There's a close collaboration between the culture and academic team here at Equality, simply because we know that both sides, academics and culture, is what helps educate the whole child. We want to really make sure that there's a collaboration, there's a trust, there's a clear communication, so that we are making sure that your scholars are getting everything they need, from the academic support to the social emotional support, to really make sure that we are sending productive members into the society when they go on to post-secondary options after Equality High School. Next slide, please. At the high school, we offer a multitude of different sports. Like Ms. Myers also stated, we are eager to get back to sports, but we want to make sure that we're able to do this in a safe environment, in a safe manner. The sports that we do offer, we have flag football, we have girls volleyball, we have boys and girls basketball, we have a varsity level as well as a JV level. We have competitive cheer, we have competitive dance. We have track and field, we have baseball, we have softball, we have co-ed soccer. And then we also offer some intramural sports, which consist of basketball, volleyball, boys and girls lacrosse, as well as dance and step. We do look to add more sports in the future, but right now, these are the sports that we currently have at Equality Charter High School. Next slide, please. One of the things that's awesome about the high school is also that our multitude of after-school activities. We have after-school activities that range from student government all the way down to the anime club. You have things that can support every scholar, whether it's chess, drama, book club, creative expressions, girls to women, boys to men, school newspaper, Harvesters for Change, Gay Straight Alliance, the debate team. We have a bunch of different things. And if there's something that is not on that list and it's something that interests your scholar, we have the opportunity to collaborate, see if there's other staff members who may have this share the same interest, and that can be something that's also a club for the next school year. So our club list is always ever growing and ever changing, and it's a great time for both our staff and scholars. It's also a great time for them to build a rapport outside of the classroom. That professional rapport that they build in these clubs can also help get them through challenging moments that they may see within the classroom. Next slide, please. And one of the things that we like to boast about is our graduation rate. Our graduation rate for the past 3 years has not only surpassed New York State or New York City, but also has surpassed New York State. And our graduation rate is ever climbing because last year we boasted a graduation rate of 90%. So we are just, we're continuing to do what we do. We love to see our students succeeding, and we're not going to stop until we get to 100%. Next slide, please. And with that said, I'm going to pass this back over to our Director of Operations, Ms. Tracy Black.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. So our lottery will take place on Monday, April 5th at 9 a.m. Accepted scholars will receive notification the same day. All waitlisted scholars will receive notification in the mail. If you have any further questions, please email info@equalitycs.org. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for stopping by at our open house.